sequencing emotion in a delicate formation. Numerology's wisdom is a language of vibration. Welcome to the Numerology Hour. Host Kelly Brickle is a numerologist, psychic medium, and teacher. Her passions are learning about the soul and energy. Whether it's working with spirit, emotion, or vibrational numbers, precision and heart always enters the equation. Now, here is your host of the Numerology Hour, Kelly Brickle.
Hello, everybody.
Hi, everybody. Hi, Kelly. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Absolutely, Nancy. Thank you for joining me. So earlier today, Nancy and I demonstrated, and we were together at 11 a.m. And so that is kind of within the theme of today. We're going to continue to keep the spirit alive of, double teaming like we did earlier today at East Grinstead. And we were so blessed to demonstrate mediumship. And now we're doing a mixture of things, maybe a little mediumship, maybe a little numerology, definitely numerology, maybe a little card reading, maybe a little something else. So welcome, Nancy.
All right. Yes, it's been quite a day. It's been quite a week, actually. I have to say I took the week off work, and I've really gotten to do mediumship and be on shows. I had a birthday celebration. Like, this has been a phenomenal week for me. So thank you also for making that possible for me, Kelly, because I've had a blast all week, and I'm a little sad to go back to work next week.
Back to the races. Well, we're always, making sure we're getting closer to the life we want to live. And if you're happy right now, you're doing something right.
Yeah. Yep. I'm very blessed. Yep. I just want to stay in this little cocoon here and just do mediumship every single day, all day.
Life is sweeter. It is. Life is a little sweeter with the spirit in the mix. I agree. I want to say hello to everybody because something else Nancy and I have in common is we are both Leos and we just had our birthdays. So you just had yours. I can't math right now. 3 days ago, right? that's correct. Yeah,
the 19th. Yep.
19, 3 days ago.
And you were the 13th.
And I was the 13th. And so we are birthday duoing as what that's like the spirit of support right now. So people are saying happy birthday.
Very connected by the spirit of Leo, and absolutely we're Leo sisters.
We are, and it's 4:33. I don't know. That's just there's a 33 in the mix. We are Leo sisters. Jennifer's like, hello, queens. Thank you. Evelyn is sending so much love. Jennifer McCormick. Hi, Kelly. Hi, Nancy. And let's see. Shannon Rattay was in early, and she was popping down her love.
Nice.
And then we have Saliha. Hello, Saliha. And Debbie O. She's giving us birthday cupcakes.
Thank you, Debbie. Love that. Happy birthday, lady, Debbie. Thank you, Debbie.
And thank you, Nelia. I hope I'm saying that right. And yes, we have to acknowledge people saying happy birthday to us. So we're like, okay. Thank you so much. Okay.
Yeah. Evelyn says that I don't know if anyone else, is it both of us that's freezing, Evelyn? Is anyone else experiencing that?
I'm not freezing. Oh my gosh, that just reminds me I have to plug in my computer though. So well done, Evelyn. Or I will start to have freezing. No, but we are good on our end. If anyone else notices freezing, please let us know.
Okay, Debbie O says it's fine on YouTube. Okay, hopefully that was just a little minor glitch, Evelyn. Hopefully Spirit's on our side today and will keep us keep us going correctly.
For sure. Sometimes Facebook does freeze,
Yeah.
and sometimes, you know, a page might not even broadcast unless it's like in the live corner.
Yeah.
So if you are having trouble, go to YouTube, just like Nancy said.
Oh, yeah. Great idea.
It's
Yeah.
standard.
Facebook's very, very glitchy. I'm hoping that they continue to work out some of those kinks.
Yeah, fingers crossed. I think that's why they're deleting like all the streams, maybe for things to run better.
Yeah.
I don't know. Whatever it is, I hope they can get it to work. Shannon's with us.
Oh, yay. Hi, Shannon.
Shannon.
Hello, lovely girl.
And so we have Brolic in the house. I want to say hello to everyone coming on in. Dana, hello. Cherry. Thank you, everybody. And there were some other names
Beautiful.
that popped. So this
I
is
love
a reading show.
I love that name, Sherry.
Cherry
Cherry.
is her name.
Cherry. That's cool.
I think it's like in the United States, Cherry is not a common name, but in the UK, I've heard it a couple of times.
Okay. I love it. Beautiful.
It's a pretty name.
Yes.
And hello. She's saying hello.
Hello, Sherry Gordon.
Absolutely. And Gordon is also an English last name. So that's what I'm assuming. I don't know. Kayla says hello. Charlene, hello, hello. And so, well, Nancy, you and I get to figure this out, but we sometimes talk for a moment. Anything that's pertinent within your understanding, and then we go right into the energy. I just like to sometimes talk, or sometimes I go, if you're ready, I'm ready, and we dive into the reading. So everyone, before we do that, please know you have to consent to have a reading. And so we will look in the comments. If you are open, let us know. And if we do choose you, please let us know that you are with us, because you might have left the room and we don't know that. We might have picked you and we don't know that maybe a comment is from 5 minutes ago. That does happen. So if you are with us, please let us know. And then also, please let us know if things resonate in real time, so we know that we are consistently with your energy. You can let us know, no, that doesn't resonate. You can say yes, or you can just comment about what we're talking about. But that lets us and you have the best reading experience, and also the people listening, understanding, to know that all of this is very much in flow. Nancy, what's on your mind?
Oh, let's just get maybe right to some readings. Why not?
Okay. All right, here we go. Arnie's open.
I do have a question. Jennifer McCormick, I know you mentioned, and by the way, Jennifer McCormick, I'm also very drawn to the number 11 in any form, 1111, 111. I specifically, when my mom passed in 2014, that was the symbol that I did ask her to continually show me, and she has not let me down all of these years, because I see it all the time. And I know, and Kelly, maybe you can chime in on this. I know the number 11 has a lot of significance with, the divine, with being on the right track, with being connected. And Jennifer McCormick saying that her husband loved the number 11. Is there any other significant meaning for the number 11, or is it also very individualized for the actual person?
It's both. So numbers have meanings, like like colors mean certain things. It has an energetic signature, but then also individually, it could be representative of a loved one's birthday, or a memory, or something personalized. So very much both, and sometimes you can tap into both, and sometimes you get one or the other. So there's a lot to grab from. But 11 in itself is like a master teacher number. It's basically saying that I have gone and done the work individually, so I can come back and help others. And it's a nod to a sensitivity, and using your sensitivity to make some type of stand in the world, or to use that for good. rather than staying isolated. So it's usually someone within their sensitivity gets wounded, the wounded healer, and then they come back stronger and they help others. So that could be a meaning attached to Jennifer's husband's past. Or it could be a birthday thing too, as well, or resonates with somebody in the family. She said, yes, 11 resonates with my mom. We lived at, oh, that's right. I remember she told me this. And this is really fascinating because we kind of talked about her house and the house numbers on one show. And there was some cool synchronicities. 11 resonates with my mom. We lived at number 11. My nan is born on the 22nd and lived at a 22nd number house. My partner and me number an 8 house for infinity, and he passed the 8th, November 8th, 2022.
Wow.
So yes, numbers.
Wow.
Numbers come for us. They really do, and support us, and they make up time and space. So there's no coincidences why certain numbers support us the way that they do. Sometimes I can look at somebody's chart, and if they're sick, I can kind of go, well, depending on their chart, these are the numbers where they would probably let go, and these are the numbers where they would probably hold on. So yeah, it's not out of sorts. It's really not that. There's all those connectors.
Fascinating. Very fascinating. I didn't really, start really connecting with numbers, up until, a few years back. And it's really very fascinating.
It is very fascinating. And Jennifer talking about he passed on the 8th. He was born on the 17th. So 8 is strong for us. Yeah, sometimes people will pass on a similar number than they were born on. It's almost like a full circle, kind of letting go. They might do that with their year too. So it does come up. And I love how Jennifer's just kind of shining a light on these things that do happen are possible.
I recently saw, and this is very fascinating, I recently saw that somebody passed. Obviously the year is different. And then they were born and then they passed on the same date, obviously different year. What do you make of that?
That they passed on their birthday, right? You said they were born and then, I mean, people hold on. And what I make of it is usually if they're holding on, they have family support. Because a lot of people will say, oh, they passed a day before their birthday, or, they were so close, and it's almost like they can feel like their family wants them, like, to be around, and the family almost wants them to make that certain date rather than the soul itself. The soul's ready to let go. So I sometimes think it's the family pulling them through energetically, but I do think people do try to hang on in general closer to their birth dates. But yeah, it's a full circle. It's a full circle thing, and sometimes you'll get it right on the dot.
That makes a lot of sense. So my mom's passing, my sister's birthday was April 10th, and my mom died on April 11th. Again, the 11. And I had to think that maybe she didn't want to pass on on her day, and held on until the next day. So very intriguing.
Yeah, I agree. Like, right. They're like, I don't want to be associated with this, or I do want to be associated. Yeah, I believe it's, I think the will can make certain things happen if able to, and absolutely.
I mean, however, she did actually end up passing on her 40th wedding anniversary. So there was that.
Well, that's hers though. That's hers.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So it's not as, ooh, let me not associate
for my daughter, right? my husband can get through it. I don't want to do that to my daughter, right?
But yeah, people frequently, right? There is that association, you hear that within stories. Oh, they passed, a week before my birthday, or they passed a month before, her 50th anniversary. People stick around for others. They do. They're not doing it for themselves. And that's why you have all those, additionally, the social connectors, not just the number connectors.
Yeah.
444. Oh, wow. It is. Yeah. It's
Make a wish. I love that.
What's the wish? Myra is saying my wife's mother passed the night before my birthday. So, right. I mean, I do feel like there is a connection with that. Close, but considerate.
Yep. Yeah. Or, even they talk about even just holding on until, sometimes family members get there. And other times family members don't get there. And, after they've passed, they will go and visit to say goodbye, or, to have that visitation after they pass. So I don't know that there's necessarily a right or wrong or a reasoning to it. It's just however it's going to be, right?
I think if someone's that sick, the spirit is in effect more than the brain is, than the body is, and there are certain decisions made. I remember, with my own mother-in-law, she was really sick, and the nurse kind of in passing said, I'm really grateful that I'm able to help out. One of the hospice nurses, I'm really grateful that am able to help out this week. I know this is like a really tough circumstance, but this allowed me to pay for my bills for this month. So, it's and the personality of, my mother-in-law, she was one to really much pay it forward and try to help other people. So when she said that, I'm like, that's very much what she would want and what she'd have done if she would have known that was in the mix. And she passed right up until the very end, where like my husband had used all of his vacation time, but he had just a little bit, just a teeny bit to reacclimate. So she held on as long as she could, but not to put him in a jam, right?
Yeah.
So it was almost like awareness here, awareness there, of how she could have her time, but at the same turn of it, people weren't stressed out to a level where there was kind of like, okay, now I have to deal with this consequence or that consequence because we're caring for somebody. So I do, again, I think they're so aware.
That is just so divinely, like, that's extraordinary, honestly. If you think of all the things that go into the mix and the works of orchestrating all of that, I mean, it's so divine beyond our knowing or our understanding it fully, right? Yeah, it's amazing.
It is. It is. Brenda says, my mom passed in May 1975, and then her dad, my grandfather, passed a year later in May. So the same time, the same time. I do think, again, we're all connected. Like, and science proves it. We're all connected. And if we are really close to passing, and we think of someone who is so close to us, like dad, mom, husband, wife, and that month comes up, maybe we're just ready to let go.
Yeah.
We're social creatures. We're bonded creatures. We're bonded human beings. Hello. Sally Ha says, I keep seeing 111 or 4 ones, 11111. I don't know what they mean for me. So Nancy was just talking about this, and Jennifer has been popping down like, it's 444. So we're talking about repeating numbers now. But ones are new beginnings. And what you're always looking for in numerology is the sum total. So a 111, is a 3, and a 1111 It's 4 1s, which add up to a 4. And so you're getting the message of the vibration of 3 and 4, but with the energy of 1. So that's numerology's coding for your message. And the 1 invites you to do something new. Okay? So it's like new, it's almost like be fearless, but also doorways are opening for you so you can do something different. And the triple 1 invites you to express yourself, express your truth, know what you want to do, speak up for who you are. And the triple 1, so the 4 energy of the 1, invites you to be practical and to have discipline and good habits to where you're going. So if you see one more than the other, that's kind of where your message is leaning because you're seeing both. But it's inviting you to be your next transformed new self.
It's interesting. When I read her message and I grabbed a card, I actually pulled the New Beginnings card.
Oh, do you want to? Should we talk? So, Saliha. So, do you want to pull some cards for her and talk about?
Yeah, it actually just came flying out of the deck. Now, again, these are the Psychic Tarot deck, so they do have numbers on them, but it's interesting that you talked about the 111 because the new beginnings and all of that, and then this one just flew out of the deck for her. So I don't know if does zero have any significant meaning, Kelly?
0 is an amplifier number in numerology, so it's basically like it's an intensity, like it puts a little oomph behind what they're doing.
Okay.
So it's like it's kind of like raw power. It's like potential.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I definitely with her, I do get and I'm kind of rubbing my nose here. I definitely feel like you do have a lot of symbols and signs coming your way because I feel like it's needed for you. I do feel like you've been going through some, I don't want to say necessarily rough patches because I feel like everything is a learning opportunity. It's an opportunity for growth. But I mean, let's face it, the waters are not always smooth sailing and we get some rifts in the tide here. And I definitely do feel like you are moving into a cycle and you've already been working on kind of shedding some of the energies that no longer serve you. And I feel like the new beginnings is very significant for you right now. And there's no coincidence that you hopped on to this live and we started talking about the 111s and the 1111s because I do feel like for her, that is a very significant sign that she needs some reassurance with. And it's definitely being divinely supported for her. And as my friend would say, what do you say? What you say, Kelly?
What I say is, let's see. She says, it has been a transformative period in my life. Thank you.
Yeah.
I feel like there needs to be, this is just like an energy thing, but there needs to be like a trusting of self. I feel like it's interesting. I feel like there's a mixture. I feel like the women in your family, there has been some that are very like, it's like spiritual and they have insight and it's like there's a mixture of really respect for the family and a mixture of women in the family who are very fearful and they just play small. And so you have had kind of a little bit of both to view, and now you get to choose who you want to be, Saliha. And the differences within the personalities of the people that you know within your family. And I'm just looking at your family, not like your friends. But you get to really, if you want, lean into the power of some of the women who have, I guess, done things their own way. You will be different from them. No one's a carbon copy, but you get to be more like that, and it feels good. That's what I'm trying to. That's the message I want to give to you. You've been around family members who are you consider special or you like the way that they do things, and like really, really pay attention to that feeling, because that's how you in turn will make other people feel, and that's important and that's special. So realize how powerful you are, and lean into being you. That's what I want to say to her.
I love that. Absolutely. That's beautiful.
I
hope that
think it's beautiful that you pulled the 0 for her. I think that's pretty darn beautiful. Let's see. She said, I can relate to that. Okay.
awesome.
Awesome. All right. So Shannon is saying, talk about the best wing woman. Thanks for the boost. Is this Evelyn? Is this Evelyn? Evelyn, you said up top. She says, hi there. I'm seriously hoping you get a reading. I have not seen you get one. Are you talking about Shannon or someone else? Who are you cheering for to get a reading? Is that it? Is that it? Okay, I'll go to Shannon, and then Karen's in the house too. It seems that my husband visited Nancy earlier today. Just wanted to put a message. Okay, well, all right, I'm gonna go to Shannon, and then how about you tune in where you feel naturally drawn, okay? Okay, Shannon, what is your question, Shannon? And can I have your month and your day, please? Evelyn is cheering for Shannon.
I love that. She's cheering
Evelyn,
for her.
get it done. Everybody, the community works. Shout out who you want to support, and we'll go to them. Yes.
Love that. Go team.
I've got my personal cheerleader, she said.
Yep.
Okay. Right.
Evelyn, you're amazing. You're everybody's cheerleader. We love you.
That's true. Oh, that's right. Okay.
Okay, there she has it.
Shannon, what do I need to know for my upcoming year? Okay, let's see here. And then Nancy, you can pull cards if you want to. Whatever you want to contribute. I'm just gonna kind of look at something for her. And then you want next, so you don't want anything this year, you want next year stuff? You're saying Virgos unite. That's hilarious. Fellow Virgo helping out another Virgo. It's just the practical thing.
Oh, look at that. Evelyn and Shannon are one day apart.
Oh my gosh. You're right.
You sure
that
are.
Went over my head. That's fantastic. Shannon, all right. You only want, okay, I'm just gonna read what I read, and I'm gonna focus on next year. Okay. So woo, hey, look, we gotta say this. Dominic saying, wow, I thought she was 35. Yeah, go Shannon. That's what's up. Celebrate that. She says, yep, birthday's
like a fine wine. That's all that is. We just keep getting more and more graceful and divine.
That's right. And she's bubbly like champagne. And she says, ah, shucks. Okay. So what is very strong within your chart is that, oh, interesting. There's a lot of planning, like in who you are, and just as your numbers. So you have 2 4s, and that's like the planner number. That's like the exacting number. It's a very Virgo number. Like some numbers match some of the astrology archetypes. So 4 wants to prepare. Okay, it takes pleasure in getting things just right, and from that, it doesn't want to rush. Okay, so there might be other parts of you that does want to rush, because I'm only looking at some of your numbers, but there's a part of you that has to be satisfied in this category too, for order for you to be happy. And so next year, again, I have to look at more of your numbers. Let me see if I can pull one really quick as I look at your name. 8, 9. That's right. Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's right. So then you have a 9 too. I just found you have a 9. So next year you wondered, okay, what about next year? What about next year? And it's a big change for you next year. So there's going to be a change within work. or even an invitation to do something different with, like, what is considered your neighborhood in your home. When 5 comes up, it's basically changing within the self that requires you to physically move. Okay. So it's usually related to work things, like I pick up a new skill, or maybe there's a tweak within what you do within your job, especially in September. And this is pretty classical in numerology. In September next year for yourself, if you are in a 5 year like you are, you will find yourself picking up a new skill. You might get a certification. You might need to do something a little bit more specified for your job that normally you didn't have to do. But you're forced to evolve yourself. You're forced to change. 5 makes you change. Okay. And she's flattered by Dominic, and absolutely. And then she said, "Yep, slow to get it perfect." Yes, it is. It is.
Yeah.
And but next year, I'd have to look at more of your numbers, but next year is not made to be slow. It'll actually be a very fast year, and you might find yourself uncomfortable. Okay. So certain numbers like this year for you is actually kind of a comfortable year. Like, even if things are not what you're expecting them to be, you'll still be like, well, I feel like things are going well for me this year, all in all, and I do feel comfortable most times. Um, that's this year. Next year, no, you have the heat turned up, and you will have to anticipate change in little forms and also a couple big forms. So that's inevitable. So heads up, it will be a very, very different kind of year. I encourage travel next year. It complements it very well, and I could keep saying other things. But ultimately, like I said, next year, September, look out for that. It should be very satisfying. Embrace it, anticipate it, lean into it for next year, September, as well as please, around September too, as well, embrace some travel, whether a little bit before, a little bit afterwards. And there was something else in my brain, but it flew out. Maybe I'll go back to it. I'm going to hand it over to Nancy.
Okay. It's interesting. You talked about the number 9. I'll show you my numbers, and then I'll tell you.
Nine.
Then
Go
I'll
ahead.
give you some of my meanings. So it's funny because I pulled a card that had a 7 and a 2. Okay. And then I pulled another card that actually was a 9. So I got 2 9s. And I'm sure in numerology, some of that probably will break down too, because I got a 7 and a 2 separately, but I'm concentrating on the 9s. So Shannon, what I got for you is I couldn't agree more with Kelly. I actually do feel some of the movement. It's already in process. It's already in play. I feel like you have sacrificed a lot to get to where you are right now. I also do feel like you are going to be pushed somewhat out of your own comfort zone this upcoming year. And I do feel like it's going to be moving a little bit fast and rapid. I feel like there has been a lot of patience and planning. But as the saying goes, we can plan all these things and then God's laughing because sometimes there's another higher purpose and plan that's already in place. I think you're going to be very pleased with how next year goes. Again, I feel like there's been a lot of patience and planning. I also feel like I also pulled the card of the waiting game. And I also have spiritual strength that I pulled for you, which was the 9 card. So all of these elements have led up to where you are today, because I also picked the sacrifice card for you. So again, you have sacrificed many things to get to where you are. And when I say sacrifice, in a good way, but you've also sacrificed kind of giving your time, giving your energy to build up where you would like to see yourself in the next couple of years. So you're kind of laying the foundation, and you have been laying the foundation, and the building is already almost built. Okay. You've already, all of the framing has been already put up. The windows are already in there. It's like a construction building being put up. You're just about done. The painting is just about all the way done, and you're ready to start leasing the property out, if you will. I do feel a lot of activity for you next year. I feel like a lot of your hard work, not only has it already paid off for you, but I feel like it's really going to be paying off for you. And not only in a monetary way, but in a very soul satisfying way for you, in ways that I don't think you thought were possible, that are going to be newly introduced to you. So that's what I have for Shannon.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be like an emotional time, and it's really gonna kick up next year. Some of the work has already started, but you asked for next year, Shannon, a look at next year. So what we're primarily talking about is next year, and what I told you about with all the changes with job, even that's indeed next year. So we're not just talking about the new show this year. So heads up.
Bigger,
Um,
bigger.
You are in a year of 5, and so it makes perfect sense at the end of this year while you're going to Italy, like you said, there will be more travel and more chances for travel next year. Please embrace it and plan and have fun with it. And then the 9 too. So Nancy helped me remember the 9. That's what flew out of my head. So you're soul 9, and you are really made to help others. So when we give back to ourselves and step up within our power, we have the chance to give people even more splendor. So please be generous to yourself and keep growing into your own power and rise and seek out promotions, seek out greater opportunities, because you will in turn be so much more fulfilled. You're going to push yourself a lot. It might be excruciating even, and you're just like, I didn't really want this. This is not exactly what I thought it will be. And it will be on the other side. Just you're going to have to go through it. And you'll be actually quite fulfilled. You're meant to help people. You're meant to really give a lot of yourself for others. It's a part of your soul journey. So that's the invitation.
I love that.
Okay.
May I do a quick tap in with Karen, if she is still, I'm assuming you are still here with us, Karen, if you could just let us know.
Karen, are you with us? And then I'm going to go to Angie Thompson afterwards. Not a surprise. Yep, yeah, 9 is the ultimate helper. Exactly. It's the ultimate helper. It just wants to be, even when it doesn't want to be. It knows it's the right thing to do. Okay. Karen, are you in the house? What were you going to say, Nancy? Sorry.
It's just fantastic. I see nothing but just great stuff for Shannon for next year. Absolutely. It's not a surprise.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
Ultimate, a little bit rocky, but ultimately amazing.
Yeah.
Karen, are you in the house?
I know. Can we just call when they answer?
she's like, I can't do this. She's like,
so welcome, Shannon.
Wait, peace out. Karen,
do you want to
go
to who are you going to go to? Angie? Oh, there she is.
Oh, here she is. Okay, I'm going to go to Angie right after. You're welcome, Angie.
Okay, perfect. All right, Miss Karen. I know this is the numerology hour. I definitely feel your husband's energy here with me right now. But I do want to just do a shout out to a card that I got for you, which is the 17, which does break down to the 7 and the 1 that equals the 8, which is the infinity sign. Look at me, Kelly, acting all numerologist.
Look at that, numerologist. I love it.
So it's no surprise the infinity is showing up for you, Karen. So with your husband, I feel a very masculine energy with him. I also got a very strong smell of really nice cologne when he came in. I do feel like in life he was, and even in the afterlife, I feel like he is very protective over you. And I feel like I'm also getting this funny sense that you two had a very endearing banter between the two of you. You kind of had a certain dance that you had together. and it was quite charming, and you really knew how to ruffle each other's feathers, but in a good way. So what I am also getting for him, well, I need to ask a couple of questions here because, well, I'm the medium. I shouldn't be asking questions, but let me just say this. I feel like there is another name. Was the name that you call him, is that his nickname, or was that actually his name? Because I feel like he's also bringing to my attention that there was another name that he actually had either at birth or that was given to him as a nickname. So if you can just confirm or deny that, that would be fantastic. He's got a great sense of humor, boy. He comes in really light, but kind of like a big teddy bear. So let me know if you can resonate with this, with his personality, because I feel it very strongly. I am also, so Kieran, I don't know. I'm getting the sense that his passing wasn't necessarily expected, because I feel like he knows you know this. It was a short version I gave him. Oh, okay. Thank you. Okay. Nicknames. I just kind of keep saying that being trickled, that he had multiple names. Okay, great. Thank you. I don't know if his passing was unexpected, but I do get like the sense where my breath is kind of taken away. Like, I don't think this was something that anybody necessarily knew was coming at the time that it came. Okay. You're right where you're supposed to be, Karen. I'm sorry. He's kind of going right to the message because I feel like there's such a bigger picture here. He knows that the loss has been very significant for you, but you are actually right where you are supposed to be. And then he's chuckling a little bit because he's talking about that he's still leaving clothes lying around, or he's something about decorative pillows, or leaving clothes lying around on the floor. Something that maybe he would have done when he was here. I know, Karen. I know, honey. I know. So he's kind of making a little bit of a joke to kind of lighten this up a little bit. I'm also getting a little bit of information about, I don't know if there was some contracts or some legal paperwork that kind of you were having some issues with, and it took a little while to get ironed out, or you're still trying to work through it. I think he's just trying to bring forth confirmation so that you know that he is here with me. So let me know if you can take that bit of information. Hopefully I did not misinterpret that too badly. I'm also getting, and I know Bono, but I'm also getting like Sonny and Cher. I'm getting like, what was the song? I Got You, Babe. I'm hearing a rendition of, I Got You, Babe. I think that was the song, right? With Sonny and Cher. I don't know if that's something that came up in your life. Not sure what that meant. Okay, no problem, Karen. I'll see if I can go back to that. It's funny. I'm also hearing the Van Halen song for you, Dance the Night Away. Like, he really wants you to just, he wants you to be good. He wants you to be happy. And he's really trying to make light and really kind of shed some of that humor around that you know him for. I'm also getting, and I'll try to move this along here, Kelly. I'm getting a lot of healing energy for you. I'm getting a lot of red roses that he's handing to you. He sends me music all the time. Awesome. That's fantastic. He knows there's been a huge emotional loss. This was a big loss for you and your family. He understands that, and I feel like he does stay close by. He knows that you're going through it. He knows this was a big hit for you. I want to talk about, again, the new beginnings. I know we had that card before, and the new beginnings. There's a lot unfolding for you. Kelly, can you still hear me?
Yeah, I can still hear you. Yes.
Okay, for some reason my screen just blacked out, so I'm just going to keep talking. I feel like there has been a lot of recognition. I also was getting earlier for you. I don't know if you're thinking about writing a book, if you've already written a book or something where there's a title, or if it's just a symbolization of, he kept telling me life after.
Nancy? Nancy? Your connection cut off, Nancy. I'm gonna put you backstage if you can hear me, and then you just come back on in, okay? Okay. Oh, let's see here. Internet is never predictable, everybody. Internet is tricky with so many surprises. Karen, okay, let me kind of work with you just for a second, and then Nancy will come back. Hopefully we can get Nancy back. Karen, what I'm getting from like husband is this was a man who knew that you were going to learn things within your own time. So you have like this tenacity and even stubbornness, and he's like, that's, you know, that's my girl, and he like holds space for that, and especially on the other side, that is indeed so. And the message really is, it's like he's still teaching you about love, you know, he's still here. This was part of the contract to teach you about love. It's a very different type of feeling love, expressing love, contemplating love. But that's what you do with the ones that you love. You go to down into the trenches, and you find gold. Maybe you weren't even looking for gold, but you find gold. So he's always been with you, and he's always making sure that you are protected and surrounded with treasure and good energy, even in this sense, even though it feels so very not what was even wanted, and it doesn't feel like a treasure. But he's like, I'm here to teach you about love, and he's being patient in the lessons that are coming out in a way that you both can share, because it's very very lessons aren't always easy, experiences aren't always easy. There's something to be found in everything, and that's the only reason why I say lessons. It's not because we have to learn something in order for us to get it. It's not like that at all. It's just like he's here to help you find the diamonds in the mines. And right now, wow, it does feel like the mines. It feels sooty, it feels coughing, it feels pressure, it feels cold and dark. But he's helping you find diamonds. Teaching love that we are all connected, love that we are all connected, and that love never dies. And the many forms of love, and the understanding of that when we are ripped away from sometimes our most fantastic source, or one of our most fantastic sources of love. All of a sudden we go, oh my gosh, what do I do with this void? And we start learning. We start learning about all the love that is indeed around us. It's just in a completely different way and form. And it was so abundant that we didn't look in the other places before, because we were so fulfilled with what was with us, and so grateful and so happy. So he is with you, and he is very patient with you as you find the glimmers and sparkles of love with him, and also with him by your side in different ways than ever expected. Exactly. Your love is amplified. Exactly. That's what it is. Exactly. And it will continue to amplify. So that is what is being said to me, and just that he's very patient with you, and he loves you, and he's by your side. Okay. And then you said earlier you just finished your second book. You're on a roll. That's incredible. That's incredible. That's inspiring. That's inspiring. Kudos to you, Karen. I think that's fantastically amazing. Not just one, but two books. Okay, absolutely, Karen, absolutely. Okay, so I thank you. Hopefully Nancy comes back. I know that she's working very hard to. Her computer is acting up, but we will see if we can get her back. You said he wants me to write a third. I believe it. Go for it. Third's the charm. Okay. So Angie, I believe, was next. Hello, everybody. Hello, Kiwizi, Dominate, Leah, Brenda. Oh, hello, Vivian, and then Evelyn. Are you still in the house? Hello, Nelia. I said I was with Angie next. Hello, Dana. Angie, are you still with us? Okay, thank you. And hello, Maureen. All right, so Angie, I read numbers on the numerology hour. So for people who are new and popping in, can I please have your month and day, Angie? And can you please write out your month like May instead of a 5, just say MAY, because in the UK and the United States, it's backwards, it's flipped. So I'm making sure I get your numbers correctly. And Angie, if you'd like to ask a question, so I do general reads and also specific questions. Okay. Hello, Evelyn. Hello. Oh my God. Yikes. That's a fun name. Hello, Cup of Tea. Yes. Congratulations to Karen, book 2. All right. Thank you. Hello, Vivian. Oh, she's back. All right. So Angie, I'm going to go into it. Really quick, I'm gonna read Angie. Do you want me to pass it back to you for Karen, and then we'll tag team a little bit?
Yeah, I apologize. My computer decided to reboot itself. I actually messaged Karen and kind of gave her the rest of her reading that way because I felt so terrible. So I think we're good.
Okay. All right. That is fine. You're back though. I was just like seeing if I could format you a certain way, but it works. You are back.
Yeah,
Okay.
sorry, I'm on my phone, which is not as pretty.
All right. So Angie, I'm focusing more on psychic and life readings. But she's asking Nancy, she's asking to learn about her soul family. Could you connect with my soul family, please? So if that comes up for me, if that comes up for Nancy, then by all means. And then Angie, you're talking about your soul family. Do you mean like kindred spirits or your tribe, or do you mean like on the other side, like star seeds or kindred soul, past lives? Is that what you're asking about? I'm just making sure that I know when we're kind of looking that way. Karen says thank you to Nancy.
Oh, she's so welcome. Sorry for the disruption.
No, hey, it's the internet. Okay, so Angie, I'm gonna start reading into your energy, but you let us know what that means to you with what you asked. So we just, okay, her family in spirit. Okay, she's wondering about family. However, if it comes up, it comes up. Okay, so let me take down your numbers. All right, I'm just double checking the math for a second. That's correct. All right, so Angie, this year, so I'm working on life readings, but if things with spirit comes up, okay, just letting you know. But this year is a year, so we're in August. We're smack dab in it, okay? But this year is continuously inviting for you to be more social. It's inviting you to do things out of your comfort zone because like you want to do that, but sometimes it's like, well, I don't have to do that. And that's not what this year is about. This year is about, well, you could do it and it would kind of be of interest and excitement to you, so go do it. So I feel like you've had some of those moments already where you've just, you've gone out more often. It could be like a movie, it could be a little of a trip, You're willing to see a friend. You pushed yourself because you're just like, this is good to do. And you're saying, thanks, I'm a hermit. But can you understand how this year you've pushed yourself a little bit more because you think you need to shake things up? Let me know if you understand that, Angie. And really, you're a hermit because there is a need to like protect yourself and your energies, but naturally, like you're quite funny and natural, and you can understand that. Thank you for understanding that. Naturally, you're quite funny. Naturally, you're quite sharp and creative in like the ways that you can size up people and you catch people off guard. So there's actually a lot of goodness that can be had around people. It's just you've had some really bad experiences, and that has created a situation where you're just like, I really need to step back and I kind of like my own company better. I encourage you though, whenever you can, like pick up the phone or see somebody, because the ones that you trust and the ones that you love, and even hold a spot open for some new friendships. And yes, you are. I believe it, and I continue to water that seed that you've planted, that you're blooming actively. It doesn't matter the speed. It doesn't matter how it goes. It just matters it's happening, because you really can bring a lot of how can I put this? You bring a smile to people's faces just from your own perspective and the way that you are able to again do things in a way that people they don't expect. You really do have a unique take on things, and it does enlighten, inspire, and make people smile. And I feel that's an energy exchange that would just naturally give you more light and them more light. And you're kind of made to be a little bit of a more social person. So allow that back into your life. Allow that. You don't have to be like that all the time, but allow that back into your life. It's going to be incredibly healing for you when the time is right for you to take more and more steps. Next year is going to be a little bit of a slower year than this year. And so you might find there's a dip within that motivation, and just keep it there and know that it's there for a reason. And that's kind of something I want to say, but I'm going to give it over to Nancy. If she feels anything, you can just give it back to me. Yes,
Okay.
exactly. You make people laugh. Thank you. You're good at it.
Okay. I can't see the comments. Is she understanding that, Kelly?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
She's trying to get back out, and she makes people laugh. And yeah, it's definitely in your energy to do those things. And she just moved. Okay, she's letting us know she just moved.
Okay. Perfect. It's interesting. There seems to be a theme in our synchronicity of numbers tonight. I got 2 cards that are the number 6. Do you want to talk about, before I get into the reading, is there a significance with what the number 6 means, or should I go into the reading first?
Whatever you want. I'll just say it so you can just do it unencumbered. Like 6 is the number of protection. It's the number of maternal and paternal. So like father and mother energy. It's like I look after others. I take care of others. It's a very
Nurturing.
nurture. Yeah, it's the nurturing, almost a family. Like I nurture my family. I know I nurture those who are one of me, mine. If I'm connected to you, I take care of you. Yeah, absolutely.
I love that. I love that. So, I'm sorry. Tell me the name that we're connected with today.
Angie.
Angie. Thank you.
Yes.
Angie. So, what I'm getting for you, besides the cards that both have the number 6, I do feel like you definitely have a lot of nurturing energy. Um, I also feel like you're a little bit depleted. Um, Hence would be the understanding why there might be some stepping back, stepping away. I feel like with you that your peace, your harmony, you needed a minute. I feel very strongly to say that you are definitely going through some type of a transformation. I pulled the harmony card for you. I pulled the moving on card for you. I also pulled the number 13 card for you, which is transformation. And then I pulled the number 21 card for you, which is the universe card, which is quite powerful. I definitely feel like you are going through a transformation, a transition. But you're getting back on your feet. You're getting your bearings back together. I also feel like this little pause, this step back for you, if you will, if that's maybe what I can call what you might feel you're experiencing right now. I feel like it was a well-needed one. But it's time to get yourself back out there. You know, learn the boundaries of being able to say no when you need to people, and really own who you are in a very proud way, with some self-love for yourself at the same time. Again, the universe card is huge. I really think you have the power to create anything that you would like. I also feel a very healing energy about you. I do feel like a lot of people come to you for advice, for um, to be able to talk about things, and you have a very healing sense about you, that people are very drawn to. So I hope you'll understand that, Angie. I hope that's helpful for you.
Yeah, I feel like she has a very like direct way of handling and doing things, and um that even Angie, if you don't always think that way, like people do really respect your opinion.
Yes.
Um like you stand out within the things that you do, and you showcase that you're able to get things done efficiently well. You have, like I said, a good head on your shoulders mixed with like a unique perspective, and people really really want to hear your advice. You're needed more in the world. What I
Yes.
want to say also too, you're welcome. So next year, you even mentioned this. You want to look into trance. Well, next year or the end of this year would be really the perfect time to start, because you're going into a 4 cycle, and that's all about like teaching, or being a student. Like this is about accumulating knowledge and being in the atmosphere of learning. Okay, so that's going to be really conducive for that. Also, for next year is making the home more of a home. So decorating or finding things that make you feel more like your routine and comfortability is taken care of. There's a settling, but within the one thing I'm going to say within the settling, um, it might make you kind of go back into hermit mode. So just continue to exercise the different parts of yourself. Allow yourself to be the hermit when you need to be the hermit, and allow yourself to be the other parts to really go forward in all the things that you want to do within your healing, your trance, within
Yeah.
meeting new people. Yeah, that's what I want to say. Okay.
I just want to add one thing for Angie, because I was feeling a lot of female energy around her. I feel like you do have a lot of female energy, in spirit and also in your present life. I feel like there's a very powerful female energy, that kind of goes down a long line of women, that really embody and empower this female fierce energy. So I feel that very, very strongly around you, Angie. I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, with her husband, she said her husband passed away 7 years ago, and then she's acknowledging that she can take that about her mom and her mom and her grandma.
Yeah.
Grand. Okay.
Yeah, it's not been easy. I understand the retreating. I understand, going through the grief process, and just know that there's so much beauty and love that surrounds all of that, even though we certainly understand we want them here in the physical form. I know your husband has definitely been guiding you as well, just like with Karen. It's definitely a huge hit, and it's really hard to move forward after that. Um, but they want you to be happy. They want you to move forward. Everything has its reason. Everything, the magic of it all. We'll never really know the mystery of how everything interconnects and the whys and the how comes and why do we have to go through this. We're not fully going to understand that. They're definitely loving and supporting you on the other side, Angie.
Definitely. Definitely. There's so much love and support. Like, forgive me, I'm definitely more focused on your life energy than your loved one's energy, but I just all of a sudden see like you dancing as a kid, like in the kitchen or something, and your family are around and kind of like laughing and clapping and having a great time. So yeah, you just keep on having a ball, right? But I just see you like dancing and making some fun, cool moves, and just it's like just continue to do that. Hey, just continue to do that. I want to go to. I'm just going where I'm drawn. Everybody, thank you for being here. Jolly, are you still in here? Said thank you so much. Yes, with my dad. I love that. Makes me smile just thinking about it.
Yeah.
Yes. So, Jolly, if you have a question, please let me know. I just am commenting on something that you said with pinnacle numbers. So you mentioned your second pinnacle in numerology, and so I come from a background of Pythagorean numerology. Just to clarify, and I think what you're asking is within that. When we are in a sixth pinnacle, it's all about family and it's all about taking care of another. So even though it's heavy, it's actually right on track. These are some of the fascinating things with numerology. So if you've been focusing on your daughter, you're right on track to finish up your pinnacle 6. You're finishing strong, not easy, but strong. Do you have any questions regarding another topic or even that one? I wanted to go because that was very specific. Yes, that's what I took from the up top comment. Yeah, both were 6. So what happens when we have a double like that in our pinnacles? And for anyone wondering, like pinnacles in numerology are like pillars within our life of we have to experience energy for a certain amount of time. So it's like from 0 to our 30s, we're going to be like in this certain theme. And then from 30 to like 40, we're in that theme. And then, and so these big chunks of time, we have to learn about something about ourselves. And it's about our self-actualizing, okay? But it's one of our numbers, but it's an important number. And so when you have a double like you do with 6, it means the first time around, you were going to town, looking for other people, looking out for other people, being a good friend, being a responsible parent, doing everything that you could, but it always felt like there's just so much to do with this. And even when I think I'm doing it right or people praise me for the job that I do, I feel like I'm not quite getting it right. And so life gives you almost like a redo, right? To go, all right, you're going to go into this even deeper and learn the lessons and be who you want to be within this number. So a 6 is like the ultimate mom, the ultimate dad, the ultimate protector. It's the ultimate nurturer. It's the ultimate responsibility bearer. It's the ultimate person that is of warmth and comforting and selflessness. The 6 is about taking care of others and showing up for people because someone needs somebody. Okay. And so you're saying this is making sense. And so you said that this is ending for you. I don't know what year it ends for you. I don't know if it's this year or right or if you had your birthday and we're transitioning out of it right now. Like I don't know if this is the last year of your pinnacle, but and I don't know what your third pinnacle is, right? But you are truly then coming to a close with this lesson. So the responsibility that you have with your daughter, with how it weighs on you, that feeling is going to change. Do you know what your third pinnacle number is? As I shift into pinnacle 1, I got it in November. Oh wow. Well, yeah. I was like, it depends on your pinnacle. So if you're shifting into a 1, 1 is all about the self. So you go from selfless to the self. Holy cow. Holy cow. So suddenly, it's almost gonna be that your children are going to see that their pleas or their I guess behavior doesn't quite land the same way. Okay, and that could be in things that are innocent and not innocent. Okay, it's almost like your role is going to shift, and they subconsciously know that as well. Um, a pinnacle 1 is all about, loving yourself and finding out who you are and actually kind of stepping back from the family in such an intense way. It sounds like it's needed. The way that you commented on that sounded exactly like you're already, on track to be in it. And like, my goodness, you shift in November. That's only in a couple of months. That's only in that's like 2.5 months. Okay. So there's gonna be a complete kind of falling in love of self, and even stubbornness, saying I'm not gonna do that anymore, or I can't do it in that way. And people are going to learn about your rebelliousness and accept it. So it's going to be a major change. It seems like it is time to focus in that direction. You're still going to have the traits and characteristics of a mother and be supporting and loving and nurturing and a very strong maternal figure. That doesn't go away. You've earned your stripes, and that's a part of you. It's just you're going to really come into another part of you, and they're going to respect you for it. And at first, they're not going to know what to do with it. And I'm going to say like that. Yes, my daughter has autism. She's highly functioning. I was able to get her into a better school, and I can focus on business. Excellent. And I feel, well, you said she's highly functioning. So I feel like some of the pressures put on you are innocent because, in a way, she has obstacles. She has obstacles. I did feel that. But then there's other ways where she is astute enough where she is putting additional pressure on you as a mom. And there's that balance scale of, oof, this is not always easy. So yeah. It's gonna even itself out. Okay. I feel like your daughter is leaning into like more of her strengths. So you will be needed less, and she's becoming much, much stronger as a woman in herself as well. So it's going to mirror what's happening. All right. So sorry, away I went with that, away I journeyed.
It's balancing out. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm handing it over to Nancy.
Yeah. That's fantastic. I just want to add, I don't have a lot to add, but Jolie, I just want to say that, I also have a son with some special learning challenges. And I will say that it is quite an emotional roller coaster. And sometimes it can also be an emotional withdrawal because we just want so much for them. We want them to be able to not struggle. We want them to have everything that they need to have. That what ends up happening is that we put some of our stuff on the back burner. We put some of our stuff aside. But the cards that I'm getting for you, I do feel like, you have a tremendous amount of patience. And I do feel like some of the rewards of holding on to what your passion is and what your higher self is craving now, in addition to collaborating it with your life, is coming to full fruition to you. So keep going. You're on the right track. You're making all the right steps. You're striving in the right way. That is also going to lead you to full fulfillment, and also to help meet the needs of what your soul is really craving. Obviously, in addition, because being a mom is like the best thing in the world, and that comes before everything. And that also too is part of our soul purpose as well. So this is just kind of like an added bonus for you, because you're quite spiritual, you're quite connected, and there's a lot of beauty that surrounds that. So I just wanted to add that.
It's important. It's important. Yeah, Jolie, we gave you a lot of support. Go be you a little bit more as you are. It's definitely needed.
Yeah.
She says, I will, and thank you so much to you, Nancy. And myself. Let's see. Okay, so I like this question. And I think I can do a collective after this, or you can do wherever you want to go. You just let me know too as well, so I can support you. This is a great question. Can a specific person in spirit connect / speak through various mediums multiple times in a day? What are the chances? Not sure if this makes sense. Like, do you only receive generally one in a day? Our loved ones can be doing many things throughout the day. They're not always with us because they're having fun, visiting other people, visiting their friends, visiting their family. But they can be on the other side as well. Oh, hold on. Okay. Okay.
Oh,
All right. All right. Yes, there you go. And then I will take this. Hold on. Got it. All right. So it doesn't echo. Okay. So technical difficulties. All right. So they can visit us at any time, and they can indeed and do become multiple times a day. I mean, my goodness, you could have woken up from a dream where you had a visitation, and then you could be crying, thinking about them, and they're with you not just once a day, they're with you multiple times a day, because maybe you're going through grief. My goodness, yes. And as a medium, Nancy and I, if we're on the clock, we're doing more than one connection for a person. Definitely. It's just, we're not going to, let's say, go back to the same person always. We're like, we heard from mom, now let's go to dad. We've heard from dad, let's go to cousin or something. Or, there might be more than one person within the room. So now we're bouncing to a different spirit and a different need. But yeah, just as long as they're there, the medium can pick them up. We're not supposed to be fixating on them. Like Nancy's in the living, I'm in the living. I'm with Nancy, and we're all with you, like Domine and Kweezy and Kathleen and Jolie and Evelyn. Like, and also I wanted to say hi to Jackie, who was in the room. Hello, Jackie. Like, we are here, we're living out things within our soul to learn and grow. And we've chosen to be here, and we've chosen to put our attention here. So yeah, it's going to be different. We're not supposed to just be in spirit all the time, but spirit is always with us all the time. It's just, we're not gonna, right? So, but yeah, you could go to multiple readings with different mediums, and they'll all pick up the same person multiple times a day. Yep, absolutely.
Yep. And the messages can vary, it could be very different. It could have the same theme. Again, it's going to be, not necessarily what you want to hear. It's what they need you to hear, is how it's going to come through. I just wanted to comment really quickly, Jolie, thank you. I really appreciate you sharing your story with us. In addition to, you're right, we just want them to be seen. We want them to have everything. So I love that comment that you made. Absolutely.
I'm gonna find that comment again really quick for a second. There we go. Yeah, it was a beautiful comment.
Yeah, and they are amazing people. Absolutely. Thank you. Kelly, if you wouldn't mind, I wanted to quickly go back to somebody that asked about finding love.
Sure.
You don't necessarily always tackle that type of question, but I did feel very drawn to her.
Okay. What is her name? Do you remember? Think about it for a second. I'm gonna just finish answering dominate, and then
Okay.
we'll go to the person. Yes, spirit can be in multiple places at once. Like we can be multiple places at once. Like my body is here, but if I'm thinking about somebody and I go after this, I'm gonna call my mom. My mom all of a sudden gets like a hit of, oh, I think maybe Kelly's gonna call, right? Well, I'm not in the same state as her, but I'm with her. My energy is with her. Or someone who's thinking of me, their energy is with me. So spirit is not a physical body. It can go multiple directions at once. That's why we're able to, remote view. We can go multiple places and everything's connected, and we're not what's the word, we're not limited by physics with spirit. So absolutely, and that answers right. Humans can't visit two places. Yes, but spirit can. Absolutely. A lot of people think that we're actually here and on the other side simultaneously, or we're here and living other lifetime. So there's like the oversoul, but there's the soul is expressing itself as Kelly right now, and then another part of me is in a different timeline or a different place in the universe expressing some another part of my soul. This is just a piece, right? That I get to play out. It gets really trippy. Really trippy. Anyway,
Yes.
that makes me happy to think about. Yes, dominate. Absolutely. Okay, so let me find who you were thinking of.
I wasn't able to find her for some reason.
I might be able to find her.
I can comment on Kathleen Connor at the moment, though.
Okay, let me see if I can find this really quick, and then I'll pop down. This person right here, was it love guidance?
No. Somebody talking about finding love. And Kathleen, if you can add in the comments if you're still here.
Let me see if I can find it in one other place. Okay. If anyone was asking about love, please type it down again, because I am not able to find that. And then Kathleen.
Yeah, she may not be with us in the house right now.
Let's see.
Evelyn says, in my head it was. In different places. I think that's what Evelyn's talking about. We got to be careful. At some point, we might actually really be able to be cloned, okay? Be careful what we might wish for.
They can't clone consciousness. But they've cloned in the past, and they used to try to do that to try to get a duplicate, right? But every time they cloned the animal would come out with a different personality. So, yeah.
Oh, there she is, Marie Vine. Kelly, I don't know if you want to look at the birth date first.
Okay, yeah, sure. Let's
I don't
see.
know if we're at time right now.
Let's see. Let me. So 6. She has a 6, a 5, and then I think then a 3. Let me just double check that. Yep, that's right. So 6, 5, and 3 are some of your main numbers. And oh, that's right, Marilyn. Maryland, that's right. Okay. So you were wondering about love. And well, this year for you is about letting things go that don't serve you anymore, specifically people. So it's a theme of letting friends and changing the way that you have a relationship with others. So it's a potentially like a very good year for understanding your needs in love. If somebody is around you already, there is a chance for building kind of new and stronger connections because you want to cultivate newness. So that's auspicious. But if someone's not around yet and you're trying to manifest that, what needs to be done now is 6 is all about inventory reset. So if somebody in your family or your friend is not lifting you up emotionally or supporting you emotionally, what you do is you say either goodbye or you let them know like, hey, I can't talk as frequently, or I'm gonna have to kind of change the way I do this or that. And maybe you love them, maybe they're supposed to be in your life, but it basically makes sure that you are understanding the emotions within your body and understanding that you need to be fulfilled in a certain way. And sometimes we have a really close friend and they just aren't able to support us. And we need to go, whoa, I love you, but let me kind of change the way that we talk for a little bit, or I need a break, or right. And so those conversations need to be had. That's something that comes up. You're saying, oh, yeah, true. The energetic Dyson has been very busy in my life force. That's funny. Yeah, so that's what's happening, and it clears space, and that's kind of more important right now because you're making the proper transition so you can have a healthy relationship. So more Dyson like stuff, please.
Yes.
And you get a reset on relationships in about 2 years, about 2.5 years. You get like a reset on relationships, a redefining of the self, of confidence. Will you take it? That's up to you, but you get kind of like a remotivation of self. Okay. Right now, it's cleaning out the emotional area for yourself, getting stronger in that, taking your alone time, taking your power back, and looking at hard truths for yourself. If you do that all successfully, if you put your whole and your bravery into it, you can manifest a relationship during that time. If you are a little gun shy and you've been through a lot and you really need to heal, well, then I would that 2.5 year mark is going to give you a nice reset, and that's what I'm saying on relationships. That's what I'm saying.
Fantastic. So again, with the repeating numbers here, I got 2 cards for her that are each 3s. So the 6. I got the number 11 for Marie. So I'm really resonating with everything that Kelly's saying, and I want to add to that. First of all, I definitely feel like your nervous system needs a reboot. It needs a chance to be able to ground, to be able to heal. This is the time for you to be working within yourself, like your solar plex. I feel like it's the time for you to go within. And I feel like I can almost see like seeds being planted but it really is not seeds being planted to necessarily blossom up a new relationship yet. It's new seeds are being planted for your own regrowth and your own grounding of your own roots. As Kelly mentioned, if you are already kind of somewhat in the mix of a relationship, I would go very slowly with that. Make sure that you are working on yourself. You are trying to give yourself and nurture yourself with what you need. This is the time for Marie. This is the time for you to work on balance, getting your house in order, if you will. I know we talked about the Dyson, but getting your house in order, filling your own cup up. Okay. Fill your own cup up. And then anything after that is just going to be kind of bonuses, and you'll be able to enjoy anything extra that comes your way. I'm also feeling like choose wisely. And also don't forget to rejoice in your own celebrations. You know, the big picture in life, yes, you know, everybody wants to live happily ever after. Everybody wants to have a partner. I mean, who doesn't want to share time with somebody? That all will come for you. But rejoice in your own celebrations, whether they're big or small. Rejoice in your own celebrations, because that's really where the love begins. That's where the love starts filling you up and filling your own cup up. I don't see it very far out for you. I feel like you've already started this process, but then I feel like you stop and start, you stop and start. Concentrate on you, because you're the most important thing here. So that's what I have for you.
I agree. I feel like when you're saying that, there's something that is very stop and start about the approach to relationship. And when we are okay with ourselves, and it takes time, like when we are, we're feeling good, we're just like, okay, there's something within my life that clicked into place that makes me feel like I can breathe, that I can be happy, that I can be joyful, like I've accomplished something, or a lot of my efforts, I feel like I cultivated that which I sought for myself. I feel like there's a sense of peace there. And then that peace invites the relationship in, rather than, um, I'm not at peace with my life. And so I would like to have a relationship, right? Like I would like to have that to bring me peace. I want that. I crave that. And it's just like, you're not at peace, so you're going in and out of how to get that. And that's why there's so much push and pull. Um, I do a lot of inner work, yes, doing things I love. I up my vibe with good music and card reading. And I think that you are in place where you're shedding and healing, and I feel like you'll know when there's that next level of inner peace, and like y- the person will feel that off of you and come for you.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a part of
Yeah.
it, rather than you trying to go, I want to get this, I want to get this. It's just like, no, you're going to radiate it.
Yeah, I also feel too, and when I talk about choosing wisely, I also feel like the partner that is going to be for you is going to also be somebody who also has that knowing and that ability to work on self. And I feel like it's going to be something that's going to be really good for both of you. So again, choose wisely, because you're going to know when you're connected with the right person.
Yeah, and remember what we said, this is based on you. So you asked the question, would it be a world of failure if something shut up? Like, this is not based on someone or something coming at you. You have to be the determiner. That's why we
Yeah.
said, if you're really, really like in self-development and healing and honoring and taking care of yourself and loving yourself and doing a lot of
Oh,
of,
no.
of difficult inner work, um, then something could come up sooner for 2 years, because you feel like a very much different person, and you feel like, all right, I feel good, I feel ready, right? And
Right.
right now it doesn't feel ready. It's, I would like to, it's been a lot lately, but I would like to. So If you let something influence that or someone influence that while you're still kind of feeling off, but it's something that sounds nice, then yeah, that's the warning because it's about you, not someone else helping to help you.
Yep. Yeah. I see
Yeah.
a lot of positive movement moving forward with you. So just keep on the path that you're going, and honestly, just don't overthink it. It's gonna come in perfect timing. Just stay in touch with you, and you'll know when that perfect timing is there, and that perfect moment and that perfect opportunity will present itself, and you'll know.
Yeah. Yeah. I just feel like you have a lot of messages and guidance of the steps that you need to take forward and like go down those paths and you will find your answers of developing you and come into a place of confidence and wisdom. And again, I just keep seeing the word peace for you. There has to be a peace met. And I feel like I should highlight this. I mean, maybe it's not the perfect read. Maybe I'm not saying it right, but I feel like you need to have a piece about even what men are about. I feel like on some days you're like loving them, the idea, and then on other days you think they're jerks. And it's like, so even my association of who a guy is and what they can possibly be, that's going wee-oo, wee-oo. I'm not even at peace with an idea of what a man is. So again, that could be off within my read, but there's something about that that I feel is in the mix, and it's just like we need to have more peace. It's not about a cool, cute guy coming to me or a situation. It's about me and being ready, and that's it.
Yep. Yep.
Okay, she can understand.
Yeah. Continue on your rest and rejuvenation. Take care of you.
Cool. Cool. I'm glad that was understood. Um, and then I guess I'm gonna just do a quick little answer and then do a collective. Bloom, this is I wish I had more time because I love this question and I think it's such a cool philosophical question as well as energetic question. There's a lot of different ways to answer this, but I do think we run into people and we feel like we've known them, and sometimes it can be psychological stuff, and other times it's because we have a soul contract with them. So having a soul contract is one type of soulmate. They've come in to teach you something, and it could be a reason, a season, or a lifetime. Someone could be a soulmate connection, and you've just known them for a day. It depends on what the lesson is. But yeah, we don't just have one soulmate. And then the last thing I'm going to say is we manifest soulmates due to our vibration. So as we continue to grow, we can say, I'm ready for this type of relationship. So who is somebody who matches my energetic vibration that can help me cultivate who I am as a soul? So there's many different mechanisms that can activate different types of soulmate relationships that come up within our life. So it's interesting. It's an
Yeah,
interesting
I
conversation.
agree. Yeah, I just want to add one more piece to that. Keep in mind too that you can also
Mhm.
when you talk about soulmates, as Kelly is rubbing her nose, as you're living this lifetime, you can actually live multiple lifetimes in one lifetime. And what I mean by that is you could have many soulmates in this lifetime that you experience in a romantic way, in a non-romantic way that can be your soul. I mean, I say soulmate very loosely because I personally don't feel like you necessarily have one soulmate. You can have multiple in this lifetime. Think of how many people have lost their significant others and they keep their hearts open for love and they end up with somebody else, divinely connected through the person they lost, divinely connected. Whatever the case might be, you're keeping your heart open for love, and that feels like a fantastic connection, and you find love again. So you can live many lifetimes in one lifetime.
Absolutely. I love that. And it's like you could rewrite contracts by saying, I've now moved into this part of myself. You know, I think it's really fascinating. In the same lifetime, depending on our choices, we can have one soulmate versus another because they fit our lifestyle better, but both were up for um, possibility, and we knew we could have gone this way or that way due to our own choices. It's very fascinating. Um, and my heart goes out to you, Marie, and also Sinead, or Sinead. My heart goes out to you, and I just, I,
Yeah.
there's a full circle message within this, like, Maryland, excuse me, Maryland, like, when you're so sensitive as you are, and I know you are, you have to learn how to be a lion, and you have to roar like a lion, and the only person that will stand with you, who when you roar like a lion, and you will have to protect the truths and virtues of your sensitivity and who you are and who that you need to be, is another lion.
Yeah.
Okay? So you have to be fierce and strong and stand up within yourself to find somebody who, should be the caliber of the person you will be with. So, girl, find your
Yeah.
lion.
And that's why we talk about too, when our nervous system is, put on blast like that, it does take us a little while to catch our breath and fully recover to feeling safe again. And again, that's where the inner work comes in, and, the self-love and all of that, and know that you're worthy of anything that you desire. You're worthy of that. You have the ability and the power to sustain that.
Right. And we get to choose, we get to choose our own adventure. We chose it before we came. So yeah, sometimes we're like, what? but but we get to choose, and just know your power. Everyone, please, I'm still learning mine. We're all learning ours.
Yeah.
Jennifer, my heart goes out to you because you have such a beautiful relationship you always talk about. And yeah, soulmates, like you can have multiple lifetimes with soulmates. Absolutely. And that's powerful stuff. That's powerful
Mhm.
stuff. You can have, like the built up power, like, you've stored all this power from, you're like, oh, we've already done this together. And then it's like, or you can cultivate a new power source, like, and just be like, we're in the present building. But yeah, the past life relationships, oh, they're fun. They're fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So just a quick disclaimer, we're not therapists. We're strictly
No.
employed by spirit.
No. Yes, exactly. We're just exactly. Well said. Um Gosh. Yeah. Yeah, Sinead. Yeah. This is serious territory
Wow.
when we get into relationships and what people have gone through. It is.
Yeah.
Marilyn, I didn't have a lion, but I was connected to Kali Ma, and she is nice, and yeah, continue to be that way. But have peace, have
Yeah.
peace. Kali
Yep.
Ma is like, that's like, are you familiar with Kali Ma or Kali,
Mm-mm.
Nancy? It's
Mm-mm. What is that?
it's an Indian goddess who is like the destroyer. So
Ooh, I love that.
he doesn't go to divine, I guess, order, or is not. Gosh, my brain is failing me because I'm a little tired. If something's not, what's the word? What's another word for divine? Justice is not just.
Okay.
Kali,
Okay.
and
Wow. I love that.
she'll burn it down. She
Yeah.
will, like, she'll take heads in the name of justice. She will cleanse things.
She'll take heads and ask for names later.
Yeah, it's intensity. Yeah, pure intensity. Okay, I'm gonna do a card for the collective.
Okay. And yeah, Sinead, we are sending you so much love, honey. Lots of healing for you as well.
I wish my cards had numbers, but these don't, and they're the ones that are by me. But let's see. All
I
right.
agree with you. I agree with you, Jennifer McCormick. Yes.
100%.
That's what it's all about.
100%.
Yes.
That's how I live my life, 100%. Everything I do, 100%. Okay. Think the Temple of Doom. Evelyn is great. So I pulled one, but I got two. That's how it goes a lot. They're stuck together. So I got the abundance card and the transience card, excuse me. And so this is about becoming stronger in who we are within our own identity and reaping the fruits of our labor, as well as knowing simply times are changing and allowing ourselves to go with it. So it's about being stronger and letting go and then becoming stronger again. So it's like this heavy energy, like rooting in our power and then letting go, flying or drifting, and then we root again. It's like a drifting dandelion seed. That's if you're ending a phase within your life, plant the new seed. You can regrow again. You can blossom again. If you just have to shake the SG sketch and reroot, do it. We're made to come back stronger, and inevitably we will keep moving. So it's never over. That's just
beautiful.
Thank you, Nancy.
Very nice. Boy, what a beautiful, intense session we had tonight. I really feel so much love and compassion within this group tonight. So thank you for, allowing us to work with you and to talk with you and to share these moments with you. It was very divine. Thank you.
Absolutely. Like you're always welcome here. And we did a little bit of everything. We had a different kind of numerology hour. And Marilyn, Kali, shapeshifter into blue goddess to remove negative or negativity in the name of love for the divine partner. Awesome.
Wow.
Awesome. And seasons of life. Yes, everybody. Thank you for being with me here, Nancy. Thank you. If there's anything else you want to say, I did guess the final word.
Oh, absolutely. I did pull a couple of last cards, and I got partnership and alliances, and then I got the beautiful hope card that has just a beautiful bold light on it. And I do think it's really important, kind of like what we just experienced tonight, partnerships and alliances. Find your people. We are your people. Find your support groups, find your support friends that you resonate with that can help lift you up. I feel like that is what life is about. It's having that support system. It's fine that we can raise ourselves up, but honestly, we all need each other. And that's where the hope and the love comes in, because we are going to have the ups and downs. But just remember, there's a huge shining light above all of us. And the hope and the love is always going to be there. It's what we make of it. It truly is what we make of it. So I really want to leave you all with so much love, so much healing. And, thank you again for being with us tonight. And thank you for having me, Kelly. I absolutely loved it.
Thank you, Nancy, and thank you, everybody. Everyone's outpouring our love, and you all give us hope, and hopefully you feel just how much we care. We're all very blessed, and when Nancy was pulling those cards, it's truly a partnership of spirit and uplifting one another. Just that's what I felt when you were saying all those things, Nancy, and we're all blessed to have you with us. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Evelyn. You rock too. We love you.
Yes, Evelyn, thank you. And Jennifer saying thank you both so much. Appreciate Vivian. Thank you. Brenda, thank you. Seriously, everybody. Leah, thank you. People have been with us for a whole hour plus.
Yeah.
this community is fantastic. Seriously, we are so blessed.
Really
We are so
is.
honored.
We love you. We just never want to leave you. We're just going to keep doing show after show after show after show.
Well, there's
Yeah.
another show coming up very soon, but that's Monday, so we have a little bit of a break. But Nancy and Jennifer have Spiritually Imperfect coming up on the 3rd. Is it the 3rd or the 2nd? Oh my
I
gosh,
think it's
now.
the 8th.
It's the 5th, isn't it?
Monday, September 8th, I believe.
Oh, I'm jumping. I'm jumping the whole 2 weeks. I'm jumping the whole 2 weeks. Oh my god. Okay, well there's that. It's in 2 weeks, not on Monday. Oh my god. And then we have, let's see, gosh, we have Donna. There we go. We have Donna Bond on Tuesday.
Yes.
And also we have yeah, no, because Michael's taking a little bit of a 1 week break. So we have Donna Bond on Tuesday. We have some people have been sprinkling it, right? Like a little bit of their vacation here or there, or a little bit of a break. Jennifer was going to take a break for all of August, but she was like, I need to come on. She's like, she couldn't stay away. Yeah. But maybe we'll come on before. But if not, you'll see us on Tuesday with Donna Bond's show. She goes into spiritual coaching and talking about the soul and inner empowerment. And then you will be catching a series show on Wednesday, as well as some other shows within the week. So we will see you next week, everybody.
Yeah, everyone's saying more shows. There is always going to be more new shows coming. That's for sure.
There's more new show. We're debut. So we're here. Why not? So we have a new show debuting next week, and that is Healing from the Heart, and that's with Torrin Anthonson. She's a healer, and her guest she's having on is Lisa Williams for her debut show. So it's going to be a really, really lovely show with 2 incredible women who are powerhouses, just healing and helping others. That's where they're really focusing on right now. Lisa and also Torrin, they're really, really focusing on healing science and merging spirituality and getting things a lot more mainstream. And they have a lot to share, just in general, of the hope of how we're heading. In America, overseas, with getting things more accepted by the scientific community. But I don't know what they're going to be talking about. I don't, but I'm sure they'll touch on that. Anyway,
I'm sure no matter what it is, it's going to be fascinating. I know Lisa Williams is an OG in the community, so I'm really looking forward to that.
She is an OG. She is a wonderfully talented psychic medium, healer, teacher. So it's going to be an amazing show. Come by for Healing from the Heart debut with Lisa Williams, and as well as Donna Bond to kick off the week with Spiritual Ambition. Okay, everybody, please go with love, light, and don't forget to live. See you next week. Nancy.
Bye, everyone. Thank you. Love you all.
Bye. I love you all too.